everyone. Today I am going to discuss the 29th question of database management system. Let's see the question. Here's the question set 29, but the scenario is same as in the question set 16. From question set 16 up to this, I have discussed the same scenario. So in the first part, we have to find the all marks obtained by the students in all the subjects in the first term to the integer. So yes, we want to find the marks obtained by the students for the first term, and we have to get the integer of the marks. So let's see. First of all, I'm going to join the tables because we want to get the first term marks. So I have to join two tables. So here I have joined the student exam mark record table and the exam term table. So you can see I have joined two tables. Now I am going to run this. So here you can see the tables has been joined. But in the question we have to get the first term marks. Here in the question we have to get the marks of the first term. So I am going to add the condition. So here you can see I have applied the condition using the where keyword. By using the keyword where we can apply a condition. So here you can see the condition is the term should equal to the first term. So I'm going to run this. So you can see here's the results. Here the marks for the first term examinations. But in the question we want to get the integer values. So here by comparing the mark column, you can see there are whole numbers and also decimal numbers. But in the question we have to get the integers. So first I am going to get the mark column, only the mark column. So here I have only select the mark column. So you can see here's the mark column. So here's the mark column. You can see there are some marks in whole number and also in decimal form. But in the question we have to get the integer values. Integer means we want to convert those decimal numbers into whole numbers. For that there's a special function called round. By using the round function we can round off the values into whole numbers. So let's see. Here's the round function. I have applied the round function to the selected column, mark column, and here you can see after using the round function we can convert the decimal values into the integers. That means we can convert decimal values into its whole number. We can round off values. So I'm going to run this. So you can see only whole numbers are appeared here. That means I have round off the decimal numbers into the whole number. So by using round function we can round off values into the whole numbers. So I have discussed the first question. Now I am going to discuss the second question. In the second question we have to find the average to decimal places in the marks obtained by the students for the first term mathematics subject. So in the second question we have to find the marks obtained by the students for the first term mathematics subject, and we have to get the find the average to its decimal place into two decimal places. After finding average we have to convert it into two decimal places. So let's see. First of all I'm going to join the tables. So here you can see I have joined the student exam mark record table, subject table and exam term table together. Now I am going to run this. So you can see the table has been joined. But in the question there are some conditions. The first one is the term should equal to the first term and the subject should equal to the mathematics. So let's add the conditions. So here you can see I have applied the conditions. The first one is subject name equal to mathematics and the term name should equal to the first term. Let's run this. So you can see I have selected some data. Now in the question we have to get the average of the marks. So we have to, first of all we have to select the mark column. Next we want to calculate the average. After that, let's convert the average into the 2 decimal places. So you can see here I have only selected mark column. You can see here the marks obtained by the students for mathematics subject in the first term examination. So after that we have to find the average. So average means we have to get the sum of this, and average means get the sum and divide by the number of records. So there's a special function to calculate the average. So let's apply the function. So here you can see here's the average function. After using the average function, we can calculate the average of the selected column. Here I have selected the mark column. Now let's see. So here's the average. You can see here's the average of the marks for the first term mathematics subject. Here's the average. In the question, we have to get average. We have to calculate the average into 2 decimal places. So here you can see there are 3 decimal places in the result in the average, so we have to use the round function to calculate the decimals into the 2 decimal places. So here you can see I have applied the round function into the average I have calculated. Now I am going to run this. So you can see average has been calculated, but average has been calculated into the whole numbers. But in the question we want to get the average into 2 decimal places. For that I'm going to apply the 2. 2 means we have to calculate the average into the 2 decimal places. Because of that I'm going to add this 2 into the round function. Now I'm going to run this. So you can see after running this the average has been calculated into the 2 decimal numbers. So here's the query for the second question. In the third question, we have to get the lowest mark obtained for the science subject in all term examination of all students in class level A. So here also, first of all, I'm going to join the tables. So here you can see for the third question, first of all I have joined the tables. So you can see I'm going to run this, and here's the result after joining the tables. Now in the third question we have to get the marks for the science subject in students who are studying in level A class. So now I'm going to apply the conditions. So here you can see I have applied the conditions to this query, and I have selected the mark column because in the question we only asked the mark. So I am going to run this. So you can see here are the marks obtained by the students who are studied in level A class for the science subject. So here you can see here are the marks, but in the question we want to find the lowest mark obtained for the science subject. For that there's a function called mean. I have discussed in my previous videos how to use the mean function. So now I'm going to get the mean function. So here you can see I have get the mean function and I have selected the mark column. So now I'm going to run this. So you can see this is the minimum value obtained by the students who are studied in level A class for the science subject. So here's the query for the third question. Now I'm going to discuss the fourth question. In the fourth question, we have to find the average of the marks obtained in Amanda Moses second term mathematics, science and Sinhala language and literature. So in the fourth question, we have to find the marks obtained by Amanda Moses for second term examination for all the subjects. So first of all, I'm going to join the tables. So here you can see I have joined the tables. First I have get the student exam mark record, and I have joined the student table, exam term table and subject table together. So let's run this. So you can see here are the joined tables. In the question we want to get the marks corresponding to the Amanda Moses for the second term examinations for the science subject, for the second term examination for all the subject. Now I'm going to apply the conditions. So here are the conditions. The first condition is the first name should equal to Amanda, then last name should equal to Moses, and the subject, so here are the subjects, and the term should equal to the second term. So now I am going to run this. So you can see marks obtained by Amanda Moses for the second term examination has been appeared here. So you can see here are the marks. Now in the question we want to get the average of Amanda. So for that I am going to use the average function for the mark column. So here you can see I have applied the average function to the mark column, because in the question we have to find the average mark obtained by this student. So I am going to run this. So here you can see here's the average mark obtained by the Amanda for the second term examination. Now I am going to discuss the next question. In the fifth question, find the average into 2 decimal places in the marks obtained by the students in class 11A in the second term for all subjects. So here in the fifth question also we have to find the average, but it should be into the 2 decimal places. First of all, I am going to join the tables which are needed for the fifth question. So here you can see I have joined the tables. Now I am going to run this. So here are the joined tables. In the question we have to get the marks obtained by the 11 students for the second term examinations. Now I am going to apply the conditions. Here are the conditions. The first condition is the term name should equal to the second term and the class should equal to the 11A. So these are the conditions in the question, given in the question, and I am going to select the mark column. So here you can see I have only selected the mark column corresponding to the second term examination and the class name 11A. Now I am going to run this. So you can see here are the marks obtained by the students who are studied in 11A class for the second term examination. But in the question we have to get the average into 2 decimal places. Now let's add the average function and the round function. So here are the 2 functions. First, I have applied the average function into the mark column. After calculating the average of the mark column, next I have applied the round function and I have get the round into 2 decimal places. Now I am going to run this. So you can see here is the average for the 11A students. Here is the average. And it has been calculated into the 2 decimal places. So here's the answer for the 5th question. So today I have discussed the question set 29. So thank you everyone for listening.